Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing how a 1-year overstay can lead to a 5-year ban. And this is one of those topics that I myself in my own head view it as something I've talked about, and I'm just kind of moving on to new subject matter. But every once in a while I do have to kind of circle back and talk about things that we've talked about in the past, because people, especially new folks, are not overly aware of rules and regulations regarding Thai immigration. Yeah, it is possible to have simply a 1 day of overstay that can lead to a 5-year ban. And people would say, what are you talking about? You have to be 90 days overstay before any kind of ban can be put into effect. Well, first of all, understand there is the notion of a shadow ban, which I will get to in another video. But with regard to just 1 day of overstay, yeah, you can be basically deported and blacklisted for 5 days if you're caught in country in overstay. I discussed this some years ago when they first put in the blacklist. I want to say that was 2017, 18, somewhere in there, maybe even a little further back into 16, but I think it was about 2017 or 18, because we made videos on it at the time. It's another one of those things I got burned on at the time in comments and things, because people say, oh, you're just fear-mongering, and then lo and behold, it came into effect. The sort of similar to when I've talked about the income affidavit changes in the past. But with regard to this issue, yeah, there's the standard overstay rules where if you leave Thailand and they process you out through an immigration checkpoint and they say, oh, you're on overstay, but pay the fine here at the airport and off you go, then you're stuck with the, is it over 90 days or not? If it's not, then you're not stuck with a presumed or an explicit ban from re-entering the country. You're not stuck with an explicit blacklisting. But again, I get into another video regarding shadow banning on the blacklist. And as a practical matter, even if you haven't overstayed by 90 days, you can end up on their bad list, which could result in effectively being blacklisted. I get into that in another video. But with regard to this, there's a big difference between that where, okay, you're on a 1 day overstay and they find it when you're flying out of the country. They'll just mark that as, okay, you owe us 500 baht for the 1 day overstay. That's the fine. Off you go. On a 1 day deal, you're probably not going to get a lot of flack for it later. Again, it will depend on the underlying facts in your case, how long you've been in Thailand overall, especially in a given calendar year, whether or not you are using visa exemptions or proper visas, etc. But if you are caught in country, for example, let's say you get pulled over in a random traffic stop and they happen to find out that you're on overstay by a day or any duration, at that point, presumptively, you're going to be detained, and then you are going to be told you're going to be detained and deported. The deportation, again, part of the rules when they rolled out blacklisting was if caught in country, you will be banned for 5 years. Now that's 1 day, 90 days, 120 days, 1,000 days, you'll be banned for 5 years if caught in country. Big difference from being caught at an immigration checkpoint. So that's an important distinction to understand for folks here in Thailand. If you are caught in country here in Thailand of even a day of overstay, that will lead to 5 years blacklisting from returning to Thailand.